Welcome to the briefing video for this weekend's Devil's Lite Challenge along the South Downs Way. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday morning bright and early. My name's Neil Thubron, I'm the race director and one of the founders of X Energy. In this briefing video I'm going to cover everything you need to know about the event, including the safety information. So please listen all the way through so you've got all the information you need and you've got all the safety information, you know what to do with something that doesn't go right. So look, if you haven't been to one of our events before, or if you have, let me just remind you, there are 3 objectives with our events. They are challenging, fun and safe. We want to make them challenging. That's why we do ultra events. And the South Downs Way, when you're starting at the bottom of the hill in Stenning, you're going all the way up to the South Downs, along the South Downs, down into to the bottom of the hill to the turnaround point and then back up again. It's going to feel challenging. So we're going to tick that box. We want to make it fun, and a big part of our ethos for developing our events is to make them fun for you. When you're there, we want you to have a great day out, and they need to be safe. And a big part of the training of the information in this video is about the safety. So it's a dead simple event this year. We put it on last year as a coming out of COVID celebration, and it's an out and back from Stenning up to the South Downs Way, along the South Downs Way, down to Clayton Village Hall, just outside Brighton, back up and then along the South Downs Way and back. It's dead simple, dead straightforward, but the feedback we got last year from the 250 odd people who did it was outstanding, so we decided to put it on again. And I know many of you will have done our events before, whether it's one days or multi-days, so welcome back to our X Energy family. And for those who haven't done one of our events before and this is your first time at one of our events, welcome. We're delighted to welcome you to the X Energy community and the X Energy family. If this is your first Ultra, wow, congratulations for becoming part of the Ultra family. And please let us know at the end when you complete the Ultra, if it's your first one, and we'll give you a first Ultra certificate. Just go and see Shannon at the finish. So we got a small number this year, I think because of the Jubilee or whatever, but who cares? The smaller the number, the more attention we can give each of you. There's about 80 people running this weekend, and we're looking forward to seeing every single one of you, whether you're walking or running. Our sponsors, I just want to say a quick thank you to our sponsors, Precision Hydration, who you'll see at the start. You'll be given some of their hydration sachets. You'll see them out on the aid stations and at the finish as well. So that's Precision Hydration. Imperial Vehicles provide our vehicles, and thanks for their support. Apex Sport help us with equipment, and Chorus Watches support us as well. So look, when you arrive at Stenning School, you're going to go into the car park. It's a big car park. I want you to arrive race ready, please. There is limited changing facilities in where we're actually based in the school. So please arrive race ready. And when you're parked, walk up to the start area where you will pick up your timing tag, pick up your race number, and we can get you to the start for your rolling start. There are lots of toilets available inside the school, so just if you need to go to the loo, obviously just go into the area there. We will have refreshments and stuff available also in that area. Okay, let's talk about the ground. The ground is hilly. It's chalky. It's the South Downs Way. And you're starting at the bottom and you're going to the top. It's uneven. If it's wet, it'll be slippery. It looks like the weather's going to be okay for the weekend. But the ground is everything you would expect off-road. It's uneven. There's roots. There's flints. There's slippery chalk. There's steep descents. So you just got to be mindful of normal trail running conditions. If it's dry, once you're on the top, it's perfect running conditions. The weather's looking good for Saturday. Good conditions for you guys. Not too hot, not too cool, and the wind doesn't look too bad either. Clearly, at this time of year when you're running, you need to make sure you're fueling all the time. Lots of water. Don't turn up at an aid station with a full water bottle. Please make sure you're drinking lots in between the aid stations so that you can then fill up at the aid stations. So race format, dead straightforward, straight timed run. You go through the race arch and you have a timing tag. The timing tag flashes when you go through. As you go through the 3 aid stations on the route, your time is recorded and sent up to the internet where people can track where you are and we can see where you are. So it's a straight timed run. And then when you come through the finish, same thing, your tag flashes and your time stops. We've got 8 o'clock to 8:30, rolling start for walkers, please. Walkers only. Expected finish time of 10 hours. 8:30 to 9 o'clock, walk runners. So these are the slower runners, walkers, ultra people. Everybody walks and runs in these events, especially with some of those hills. And we're looking at people who are doing 6.5, 7 hours in that bracket. Between 9 and 9:30, these are the run walkers, the slightly faster runners. So finishing time, 5 hours plus. And those that are in the fast running group, the elite running group, we're going to have a mini mass start at 9:30 to get you all off together. And if you're competing for one of the main prizes, first, second lady or male, then please go off in that start. We always set the fastest off last and the slowest off first, because we want to create that atmosphere during the race where the fast runners are overtaking the slow people and the slow people aren't always on their own. So please think of something motivational to say to each other as you're going along. Route information and hazards. Okay, the route is the South Downs Way once you get up there. So we're going to mark all the way to the South Downs Way with big yellow arrows, with orange tape that looks like this. You'll see some of our arrows that look like this to get you up to the South Downs Way. When you're on the South Downs Way, what we're going to do is put this orange tape around the South Downs Way signs. It is one of the most walked and run and cycled trails in the UK, so it is well marked. So you'll see orange tape around the South Downs Way signs. You'll see orange dots on the ground to just direct you if we think you might get confused in a certain area, and you might see some of our arrows until you get to the Jack and Jill windmills near Brighton, where we will see big yellow signs taking you off, coming down the hill, down to the village hall, where you can then turn around and run back up again. Okay, other infos and hazards. So the caution, crossing roads. There are 2 busy roads you're crossing. Just be careful crossing those. You know, it is a busy trail. There are lots of people out crossing these roads, especially on a weekend like this weekend coming. But keep an eye open both ways for the traffic and make sure you are your safety before you cross. Caution of other path users, it will be busy, it is a weekend, there are other events on, so there'll be runners, there'll be cyclists, there'll be horse riders, so just be cautious, and dogs off the leads, etc. So, you know, please be polite, please allow everybody to enjoy the route. I've talked about the terrain, it will be, probably it's going to be pretty hard underfoot, and therefore there's lots of trip hazards with rocks and roots, etc. Livestock, you will go through some areas where there are livestock. If they're on the trail, just go round them. Don't force your way through them. And make sure you're closing any gates behind you. Barbed wire, there are barbed wire fences either side sometimes of the trail. So, you know, again, it's just try not to grab that or push yourself against it. And on the steep descents, be careful, please. No littering on the trails. Checkpoint, there's 3 checkpoints at 9, 16 and 23 miles. There are no cut-offs at these checkpoints within reason, so long as it's safe for the crew being out there. The process at the checkpoints basically is get yourself in there, get yourself fueled up. The checkpoint team will look after you. For those who've done our events before, you know how wonderful our checkpoint team are. There's plenty of food and water, so make sure you're fueling up. One thing on supporters, we do have limited space and parking at the checkpoint, so please encourage your supporters to go to some of the car parks on the route, some of the big areas where you can be supported. There's plenty of them where there are cafes, there are bars, there are pubs. Those are great places to go and support you rather than the aid stations, because the aid stations are limited. Okay, actions on. Actions on injury. The medics will be out on the course. But there are 3 levels to manage when it comes to an incident. Firstly, if you fall over, cut your knee, twist an ankle, try and get to a checkpoint so we can deal with you, patch you up, and get you on the trail again, or recover you back to the start. If you can't, then tell someone else what's going on. Give us a call. Use what 3 words to tell us what's happening, so we know where you are and we can work out a plan of recovery. If it's a serious incident, you see someone knocked down, you see someone collapse, it's 999 first, and then they will coordinate the incident with our medical team. Please also be aware of the fact that there are ticks out in the south of England at the moment, and you're not going through any long grass really on the route, but it's worth checking yourself at aid stations and at the end. And our medics do have tick removers. Okay, if you get lost. Okay, so last year we didn't have anyone go the wrong way. The South Downs Way is such a big route. It's hugely popular. You're heading up, you're staying on top, you're going along until we take you off. So honestly, it is straightforward as that. Keep your eyes on the markings. If you haven't seen anything for a while, or if you find yourself going off down some narrow trail, you're probably not on the South Downs Way. When you're crossing roads, make sure you've spotted where the South Downs Way is before you cross it. If you haven't seen a sign for a while, then basically go back until you find a sign that you have seen. The GPX files are available online on the website, and also the OS Maps link, so you can follow it on your phone on OS Maps, or you can download it onto your watch. If you find you're still lost and you can't get to and you can't find your way back, then give us a call, but try and get yourself to somewhere you can tell us where you are, or send us a 3 words of where you are, and then we can track you down. Withdrawal. Only withdraw at a checkpoint, please. Please do not withdraw anywhere else at all. And we will then recover you back to the finish, or you can head off with friends or whatever, but don't withdraw anywhere. So otherwise we won't know where you are. So when you get to the finish, go through the finish arch. Grab your medal, t-shirt, if you've ordered one. Go in and grab a tea and coffee and some cake. Chill out, relax, cheer people in, wait for your friends. We want to have as many people there as possible so that we get that great atmosphere. Head off when you need to. We will have prize givings throughout the afternoon. So look, bottom line, we want you to have a fabulous event. It is going to be challenging. We want you to have fun, and we want you to be safe. But all in all, we want you to just have a great day out. So we look forward to seeing you bright and early Saturday morning down at Stenning.